Hey, pilots, welcome to a special edition. I'm calling these six-pack fight club. This is a Wednesday night fight. We get together every Wednesday night, and we have these six-pack club fights. I'll explain more as we go along here, guys. First, let's take a look at the hanger I have. We've got a Panada Bolt. We have a Tulumba Doc. We have a Zeus Fury. We have a Plasma Galahad. And then we have a Mullet Fujin. Tonight's rules that we laid down was one heavy maximum, meaning no more than one heavy, and at least one light bot as a minimum. And then everything else is up to you. And so there you go. And let's get this party started. My buddy Commander Crimmins gave me an invite, and we're gonna hop in and have some six-pack action fun. That's right. Got a lot of great pilots tonight. Sometimes we have a full side on both sides. Sometimes we really only have 5-on-5 or 4-on-4. We always try to make sure the sides are even on both sides here. I'm gonna have my friends in the background and status playing. This song is THETA. We'll just keep going. Looks like we're gonna drop into Carrier. Let me go ahead and explain a little bit more for those who are kind of new to the six-pack concept. So six-pack is a kind of an underground fight club where the basic rules are all the bots and weapons have to be old school, pre-dash, meaning nothing that came after, nothing dash or after, or basically when they changed the economy and started going into component type builds, nothing that you can buy with only components is allowed in six-pack. It has to be bots that pretty much you can buy with either silver or gold, and that goes for the weaponry as well. The only exception that they made was the Bolt. That is a dash bot, but it's only got one dash. It's a light bot with three weapons on it, three light weapons. So that's the only component build that's been allowed. Now, there are some times where they'll make allowances on some of these clubs because this is a private thing. This is basically, managed by pilots who have gotten together who want to try to have an even matchmaking scenario. And one that's fairly easy for anyone to put a hanger together. Keeping these at level 6 makes it fairly inexpensive. Some bots even start out at level 5, like a Natasha or a Griffin, and so it's very simple and easy to put together, a decent hanger, and all of it's going to be old school. The newest bots that are allowed are the Wild Bunch bots, the Doc, Jesse, and Butch, and obviously you're going to see a lot of the Knight, the Galahad and Gareth and Lancelot for sure. You're going to see those out here. And they have tournaments. They have not clans, if you will, but they definitely have teams that will have tournament competitions as well. On Wednesday nights, we basically just get together and have these fun get-togethers, run a bunch of fights. We usually meet at about 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time and hop on and enjoy it. Now, we organize these on Discord. Discord is an app you can download. It's a communication app. It allows you to chat and communicate and have voice channels and all if you're new to the Discord idea. But you basically download the free Discord app, and now you can access servers. Servers is basically the group that you're going to join, and you can join as many as you want. So this fight club has a server, and every server then has a bunch of channels, and each channel is basically a topic, if you will, or a category. There are voice-only categories where you can get on comms and talk while you're doing it. There are text category or text channels where you can read, like this Discord server has a channel for the rules. So if you're new to this at all, you can just go onto the channel and read the rules for the six-pack and how it works. And then obviously, just like anything else, there's a general chat room. They have other categories as well. And this is how we organize these things, so that you can sign up to be on a team for a server. For a tournament, or you can learn about these these weekly fight club nights that we have, or fight nights that we have. And this is our Wednesday night fights. and every once in a while they'll have kind of event rules, if you will. So yeah, basically, like tonight was one maximum heavy, one heavy maximum, and one minimum light. So you had to have at least one light in your hangar, and no more than one maximum of a heavy. So there was, that was tonight's rules. Every night we kind of just, there's no rhyme or reason. It's like, hey, someone throws out an idea. Tonight, Crimin's idea was, he threw it out there for the, a maximum one heavy, minimum one light, and everyone says, yeah, that's good. I mean, why not? Obviously, you have to have the builds to be able to put that together, and they have to meet the six-pack rules. But it's level 6 bots, level 6 weapons are fairly inexpensive. It's very easy to put one together. This Fujin I have on my hangar, I threw together, I think I had 2 level 6 mullets. I needed a third one to fill out my Fujin. But I mean, it was very inexpensive to not only, get the mullet, you always have a few of those laying around for free, and to get it up to level 6 was easy too. So, it's not that tough. You can even have multiple decks, obviously, and have a short range 6-pack deck and a long range 6-pack deck ready. But the idea is basically you get your hangar all set up for that night's events. You log into Discord. You just basically tap on the voice channel and say, "I'm here, guys." And then you have to be obviously Facebook friends with them to be on their friends list, so they can invite you into the custom battle. And these are done on custom battle mode. So custom battle mode, obviously, you're not earning any silver. You're not gaining anything, but I mean, why are you here, right? We're here to have fun. We're here to have fun and show our skills and have some fun. And you don't need gimmicks to show your skills. You just need, you need your thumbs. You need your thumbs and your timing and your knowledge of your builds that you own. And so, and that's what's so great about 6-pack. It really does remove all the gimmickry. The only gimmick out here is the guy in front of me with his stealth. Everything else is pretty much old school technique and tactics and skills. Yes, you're going to see some ansels out there, but that's the only shield you have. And then the physical shields that come equipped on the knights, the Galahad, the Rhino, and Lancelot. Here's the little Gareth, came right after me here. This is a Doc. He's got a gimmick. He swaps weapons out, but he's not OP. There's not going to be anything OP in here. And the maximum you can have is level 6. So it's a really fun time. And right now you can't hear them, but we're live on comms and we're all talking to each other and we're just enjoying each other's company. We're having some skill. Every once in a while, it gets real hot and heavy, and that's the one thing, guys. Let's not underplay what it takes to survive and be relevant in 6-pack. Everyone that I'm sharing the battlefield here right now is a veteran and a student of this game. They're absolutely really, really good. They're veterans. Most of them are champions. Some of them are masters. Some of them are experts. But all of them are incredibly good at this game. And you're not going to come in here and waltz around, because remember, we're all in level 6 bots and level 6 weapons. So you definitely have to know what you're doing to play well. A few more of the protocols here, so you understand if you're new to this. You need to take out your pilots. So you can't have a pilot on any of your builds. We're trying to keep this as even and as basic as possible. So no pilots on your build. You can just deactivate them or remove them if you come with them. And obviously, when you get a bot for the first time, it's already going to come equipped with at least an active module, and you can't take the active module off. So what you'll want to do is set it to quantum radar. That's the only one that really has the least amount of advantage, and you never want to use it, especially obviously if you're facing a stalker. So take your active module over to quantum radar, never touch it. And then take all the passive modules off. So no Battleborn, no Last Stand, none of that stuff. Take them all off. And so no modules, and then the active module is set over to quantum radar, and then you never touch it. And again, all your bots are level 6, or your weapons are level 6. Do your best to meet all the rules. Now, another thing too, every once in a while, you accidentally tap that quantum radar just out of reflex, because we got some really honed in reflexes, don't we, guys? Well, when that happens, make sure that if you accidentally tap it, that's a foul. And when you commit a foul, just like in basketball or any other game where there's rules and people can accidentally commit fouls one way or the other, well, when that happens, the protocol, the policy is you drop that bot. You don't lose out of the game, but you drop that bot. You get you get out of that one, and you forfeit the use of that bot for the remainder of that battle, and you hop into your next bot. And that's what you do when you commit a foul. Also, it's a whole lot of fun just playing these the way it is. So right now this is my Bolt. He's got 1 dash in him. He's been approved, so that's cool. These have been pretty fun little battles here. This is Rome, as you know. Right now, every once in a while, you're fighting 6 on 6. Or sometimes when we, enter these battles, someone had to leave. And so when that happens and you don't have even sides, what's going to happen is if there's someone in the room, they either may, one of two things, they either may just sit out the entire battle, or they'll stay in, but they'll walk off to a corner and simply be an audience member. And you have to know that that person over there in the corner is not a threat to you, and they're just going to sit and watch the game. But we are all about having fun. So here's going to be a situation like that. So we had 5 on one side, 4 on the other side. One of the guys had to leave to go take care of some family matters, so that's okay. So now we're really 4 on 4. You may see a 5th person up on the screen, but they're going to be sitting off to the side, or they might have just dropped out. I don't remember how we did that, but that's how it's going to work. So we're always going to have a nice even either 4 on 4, 5 on 5, 6 on 6, something like that. This one we dropped into Canyon, the Zeus Fury is what I always run. So, it's really kind of fun just kind of getting on with these guys. Everyone does a great job. Everyone knows how to play. I want to say that if you are looking for a way of having nice, fun, even battles, all you need to do is log, I'm going to put the Discord channel link in the description of this episode. So go into the description, find the link for the channel. That will take you to the Discord server that we use to set these up. Go in there, read the rules. There's going to be a channel on there where you can post your Facebook page or your Facebook, URL or whatever they call that. So then people can friend you. You're going to get people sending you friend requests. Make sure you answer them. And that way, when you hop into battle, when you log in, people will have you on their friends list, and they can invite you in and have you join in the battle. Check throughout the week, because sometimes they'll just have impromptu pickup games. So it's a whole lot of fun there too. And there you go. So we're doing pretty good here. Someone's got a Zenith. I couldn't believe it. I saw a Zenith out there. There's my Fujin. I'm not really much of a Fujin pilot. I don't spend a lot of time in a Fujin. But obviously with 3, again, because of the rules we had tonight, I couldn't have a lot of large heavies, and I wanted to have something that threw down. I have a Griffin with mullets on it, and it works really, really well, but I couldn't use him because he's a heavy, and Fujin's considered a medium robot. So I just got another set of mullets. The great thing about the mullets is the range. They really do good. Oh, look at that! What you're going to see Natasha, you're going to see everything. There's a Ragi. What's great about this is it is all about, really knowing your game. Because this guy here, he's doing a good job of keeping mobile, knowing that I really can't do a whole lot of damage to him. And here I am getting way too close with a bot that has really good range. Mullets really have great range, and I'm trying to do my best. I'm just not much of a Fujin pilot. I'm not really good about shooting up over, but that Ragi did a pretty good job of keeping mobile, knowing that as long as he kept moving, I would never do a lot of extra damage in one shot. I need to try to, look at that, the perfect plasma on a Fujin. That's what you do, exactly. So now this is my plasma Galahad. We got to get back in there. The battle has been going back and forth. Sometimes it's tougher, and this is the other thing thing too is just you got to be mindful of everything. When you're going to be fighting short teams on a large map, it's a matter of, deployment and timing and pacing and everything else. I'm going to try to do a little bit of corner shooting, but he knows he's got oh, look at that got wasted. But we got it just in time. There you go. And so that's what that looks like, guys. Every battle is going to be different. You're never going to have a whole bunch of damage on either side, but that's not what it's about. It's about coming up with, a strategy with what's on the field and the map you hop into. We typically do a random pick, but but we also want to try to in each session cover most maps differently. So we haven't played the same map twice. Now normally I take a Major Pain, my Zeus Fury, just up to the top here because someone else already gets that beacon. But obviously with short sides there isn't really anyone else. We're not flooding the field with pilots, so I had to go grab it myself. That's okay, but now I'm going to come up here and go to my normal perch, and this is how I routinely play. So I'm just going to keep playing my routine. Now this guy's going to come down, and unfortunately, he's going to do his best, and that's great. But I mean, this is kind of what I do every day on a regular basis. So it's going to be, I should have tagged him. Oh, see now? And that's the other thing too, is you're going to find out is because you don't have the normal coverage throughout the battlefield that you normally would. It's important to remember that you can sometimes go and find gaps in coverage like that Red was trying to do because we don't have a full spread out field of pilots. But also when you do make it back there, one of us has to go back there, if not two of us have to go back there to address that concern. And if we don't, that can make a big power difference in the beacon management. So all of this stuff really starts to become a whole different critter. And that's another thing that's kind of great about this six pack is every night is going to be different, and every battle is going to be a little different look than what you're used to. So I really recommend you guys, go out and get yourself a decent headset or even a cheap one. The one I use is $10, and all I need to do is be able to hear them through the microphones and speak and have them hear me. And we do mainly banter on it, by the way. But if you ever get to the point where you're doing tournaments, and look at Spiral's hitting me. That's awesome. Oh, yeah, sorry. I know how to hide from you pretty well. Oh, you got me there. And you got me there too. Well, that's okay. Major Pain is just about done, but we're halfway into the battle. That's how I do it, guys. You know how I do it. I do halfway into the battle. This guy's going to peek out. If you come to see me, it's going to hurt. I realize that these are only level 6, but so are you. At least now I know what I can do. I'm used to facing much higher firepower with my equipment there. Oh, I'm gone. So now I'm gonna hop into my dock. This is my dock. He's got 500 meter range on those Tulumbas. I'm looking at the panicometer right now, and the game is pretty much over anyhow. They did their best, but and we're starting to drop down on pilots, but obviously it's a little too late, guys. Good try. A lot of fun, and that's the thing. Look at that. I didn't get any. I got one beacon, only that one thing, and you have to come up with different game plans when you're playing on short sides. So here we are in Valley. I always take my Major Pain up here, and oh, by the way, enjoy my friends in the background and Status playing their awesome song November. I'll put a link to their website on the description of this episode as well, so you can go and check out more of their awesomeness. You can just log on to their website. They have all their songs on there. The good friend of mine, kind of a garage band, but fun music. Good edgy music, a lot of action. It's good sound to it. So there you go. So here we are in Valley. We're still playing. I think we're on 5-on-5 still, maybe a 4-on-4. Every Wednesday's different. I really encourage you to join up though, because it's always going to be even battles, and it's always going to be very good competition, and you just never know what you're going to get yourself into. Sometimes you think you got it won, and all of a sudden it starts swinging the other way because you got really good guys on your team. Like these guys here. Look at, they know to. Oh, he came out. See, he hit his stealth right at the right time. I had to drop down. I mean, this is never going to be easy. These guys know your range. These guys know their range. They know exactly what they can do. They know how to hide their target point as well. Look at these guys. They know that they're right outside. They know I'm here. They know where they can go. They know where they can't go, and they know where they're in danger. Look at that. Just where I can't quite get them, because these guys are champions. Look at that little stalker over to my right. He hit his stealth just at the right time where my sting didn't get him. Good timing, yeah. These guys know what they're doing. I love it. But I know what I'm doing too, and we're all just bringing it. We're bringing our A game. We're seeing what we can do. He's going to try to do some corner shooting on me. I just got to duck down and get out of the way. I'm waiting for him to pop his head up over to my right. I got my eye on him over there, and we got another look at, we got another Fury. That's a Trident Fury. By the way, Trident Furies work really, really good in this game. You know, they don't work so good on the open server because they kind of the nerf that they gave to the Tridents. But when you're on a 6-pack league, they still work pretty good. The splash is just enough to chunk people down. It doesn't have a great range like it used to a long time ago, but it still does pretty good damage, and that's what this is all about, guys. You don't have to worry about anyone being OP to take you down, and you don't have to worry about being too OP yourself to be able to be formidable against others. Now it's down to tactics, timing, and skill, and and that's what I love about this battle. Here we are up, on 4 beacons to 1, but now we're down only 3 beacons to 2, and now we're capping another beacon. So I dropped out of a perfectly good fight because we're beyond the halfway point, and I want to try to get back into this game. We're a 5-on-5 battle right now, and so it's pretty even, but they're 3-2. And I don't know if we're going to mech out or not, but I'm going to try to get over here because I really want to get this beacon. Oh, okay. My buddy's getting it right now. I'd like to get into the center, but they're kind of huddled up in there. I'd like to try to see if I can figure out how to get her. I'd like to get this guy, but I'm not. See, this is the wrong side to be chasing anyone with a Galahad, and it's not good to be doing that. And especially with a bot like that can chunk down my shield. Now I got someone coming from the other side, and it's a Lancelot that says 1 heavy probably, and that's what some of these guys are really smart. Now we got a Carnage. See, there goes my shield. See, it is about timing and pacing. You can't just waltz right in thinking you're going to walk over someone. It is not that easy, guys. I'm going to chunk his shield down and try to allow someone else to get at him if they can. And there's those Zeniths coming over there. Look at those. Oh, this is so funny. Something that would, and obviously, look, in target selection, you can't go after an Ansel shield with a Doc, with Columbus. It's just not going to be good enough. And unfortunately, and this is another thing too, this is all about skill. Skills are target selection. That's part of your skills. I've been making some really bad choices. Look at this, the Zenith Natasha coming right on over to our home spawn area. Look at the panicometer. Look at these guys. We were leading in the early part of it, but they knew what they were doing. They're good players too. Their timing was excellent. Now they got a 4-to-1 beacon advantage. Our guys are going to come back, but it's a little too late, and we're just about mech'd out. I've got my last guy here. I got nothing going, and I think I'm by myself, and I've got 4 bots are going to come over and say hi to me, and we all know where this is going, guys. The Reds stuck it out. The Reds played a smart game. They were conservative at the right spots, and by doing what they did and playing the way they did, and me making some bad choices, the Reds came around and won that one. Good on them, guys. And this is where tactics make a huge difference. Tactics is more than just how you can shoot your guns. It's about timing and pacing and things that are all part of this game. Here we are in Springfield, the very first map you ever played this battle on, this game on, and here we are doing our thing. This is normally where I go. By the way, it's usually always Domination. We don't play Beacon Rush. We don't play Team Deathmatch. Domination is, we're trying to get this back to the purest form of the game. Domination obviously was it. Here we got two brawlers coming in and grabbing the center beacon. How funny is that? But you think, oh, okay, you got it. Well, do you? I don't know. Those guys are coming over there to grab the upper beacons on the platform, and based on our spawn points, these guys are going to be right on back to say hi here. So you really this is never a cakewalk, guys. Never, ever. And we got that guy out of the way. And look at that. He knows his range. He's getting me across. I can't go over there and help guard that one. So I'm going to try to get up here and try to get that guy. And someone's getting smart and tagging me down. I'm going to try to get my target point submerged below this little berm here to get some of these guys here. Everyone look at that, they're getting that beacon back. I don't know how they are, but they are. And and we got a Cossack on our team, and I forgot about that. He's not going to last very long. God bless him for giving it a shot, and I'm trying to get this guy, but I didn't quite get it, and unfortunately, he got our guy wiped out before I got to him. So see how this is a game of inches sometimes too, guys? This really boils down to how good are you? You know, how good are your tactics? Not just how good can you operate your build, which is important too, but your timing and your pacing. You know, do you zig or do you zag? Do you go right or left? You know, do you wait until the time is right, or do you empty your gun before it's too late, or before it's, at the wrong time? All of these little things, which beacon do you go for? Do you pair up, or do you kind of go on a covert mission? Look at that, good timing. And I want to go over there and get that beacon, but I got to be careful because that guy can get me, you see? So normally you run out there and get that guy, but I know that I can't beat him, and I don't want to run into certain depth. So rather than go challenge him, which I would have loved to do, I would have lost that one. So again, you got to use what you know, and I know that going after that beacon would have been certain depth. I have a doc that can not just get him, but see, now I saw that his Ansel went down, so now it's time where I can do some of this splashing. Now I gotta wait for my weapons to load up there. See there what I can do? Now I'm starting to get my rhythm, and that's the one fun thing is, you're gonna start playing builds that you haven't played in a while, but you're gonna start remembering some of the things that you learned, as you did this. So now I can go after this beacon, and I gotta watch my back. You gotta watch your six. I'm just about to got this guy out. Woo! But I'm not done yet because now I got more visitors. But see how I can reach over the way with my 500 meter range, so I'm taking advantage of that. I realize these guys are coming up to get me, but not until I splash them down across the way over there. I'm going to try to avoid some of this, do the best I can to try to stay alive as long as I can. We're 3 minutes left, so it's just ticking away. Now I'm going to see if I can kind of cut off some of these angles. He knows that I've got some good splash too. Now the Zenith's coming after me. Look at this, guys. This is all about tactics and timing and pacing and and knowing what you got. Look at that. I got taken out by Zenith because he knew that I had to stand there to hold this one to stay guarded, and he used his advantage of his Zeniths, knowing that I had to stay still, and took me out. So now that guy can go and get that. Luckily I had some backup. They're gonna go try. Oh, the backup's gone, so now they're getting that one. But luckily we have the one across the way. I'm going to see if I can see what I can do here. I got obviously a pretty good shield on the Galahad. I'm going to go ahead and do some corner shooting, get through this Ansel shield, got that done. Now I can go over here and kind of get this one back. I know he can chunk me down, but I know that he's also at a sliver, and I can survive this. I shouldn't have done that, buddy. Sorry. Sorry I had to get you there. But I think this game was over, about a minute ago, but this is just filling it out. So there you go. Nice little green banner there. But great pilots on both sides, great back and forth action, good timing, good tactics used on both sides. This is what you can expect to see every single time you hit onto six-pack. It's not always going to be full sides on both sides, but you can always expect a fun time. You can always expect a great battle, great tactics being used, both sides knowing what they're doing. You don't have to worry about, what can happen with matchmaking. On the live server, it can be fun. Also on the live server, it can be frustrating. Frustrating with, maybe some pilots who don't really play the game well, or, it's people that are just in for their own damage and not really going after beacons, or, or just all the different things that can happen on the live server with so many different playing styles and playing levels and abilities on the battlefield. On six-pack, relax and enjoy, because you're going to be on with people that know the game, pilots that understand what it takes to win. They're all playing for a victory. They're all pacing it out. They may not have the same exact play style, but they know how to operate their bots. They know what it takes to win a battle. They know some of the tactics and the sneakiness and the trickery and the cleverness and just what it takes to time it and pace it and range and all. Expect that level of playing on the battlefield. So, I come here for fun. This is all about fun. This is not furthering your career as a pilot and getting your silver that you need to help build your next project or anything like that. This is about hopping on the battlefield and playing the game that you downloaded when you first logged into this game. Before you started spending money, this is what the game was like. You hopped in, you faced other pilots about the same level as you in bots and in builds that are the same level as yours, and it was really a matter of honing your skills or using your skills to win the battles. That's the game you fell in love with. That's the game you downloaded, and that's the game that kind of hooked you in. And then you started getting, owned by these OP builds that, Pixonic puts out there, and the trickery that, the gimmicks that, that are out there with the dashes and the stealths and the phase shifts and the last stands and all this other kind of stuff that, makes the game obviously more challenging and more exciting, but also that wasn't what you fell in love with. You fell in love with this. You fell in love with the ability to go out and face equal opponents, and with the basic premise of capturing beacons and dominating the field, a little combat, a little tactics. No one really owned you. You didn't really own anyone else. You just learned a few tricks here and there from corner shooting and timing and learning your ranges and figuring out how to be ahead on the battle on the beacon count just long enough to win the battle. That's what Six Pack is all about, guys. That's all it's about. It's all about playing wise, smart battles, timing yourself, learning how to team up with other mates, learning what the ranges are, knowing what they are, learning a little structure that you can hide behind and what works and what doesn't work. That's exactly what Six Pack is all about. It's the game you fell in love with right here, happening every single Wednesday, and I think they do Fridays, and this is what really you're going to fall back in love with the game if you hook up with Six Pack. I really recommend you take advantage of this opportunity. It happens every Wednesday. And if you can't make Wednesdays, they do have Fridays. And if you really start getting into it, again, they have tournament opportunities where you can, there is no, dealer's choice on it. You can have all 5 lances if you want, just no 6, nothing above 6, level 6 on your weapons or your lance. If you want to run that, I like running a balanced hangar. So you see me with a little bit of everything. Tonight was kind of fun for me because, some mediums, some lights, some heavies, I might've had a different thing. But you can play the builds that you enjoy. You can, use your skills to win. You can make friends because you're on comms with each other. I mean, it's really the best of everything that this game has to offer. And look at this battle. We are, the panicometer. It's even. We're a minute and a half in. We're up a little bit, 3-2, which, right now we're in the time warp where that's going to start having a bigger effect on things, even though it's a fairly equal beacon bar. The time warp is going to have that beacon bar count down faster in our time. Now it's going back the other way, but we got this one. And look at that panicometer. I got to go in the center just to say hi. I'm here. I got to hold this if I can, and that's going to give us a nice green banner at the end. Whoo! And I got top honor there too. Well, hey, and I didn't even get one beacon. I almost got a beacon. All night long I was trying to get a beacon. I never even did. Oh man. Well, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you get a good feel for what Six Pack is all about. It's us a bunch of guys having a lot of fun that really know how to play this game really, really well. Make sure you bring your A game. Get your Six Pack hangar put together. Join us next week. Log on to the server. Make sure you find the link for the Discord server in the description of this episode, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace out.